When it comes to saving money, the Chinese approach is strongly entrenched in cultural values, traditions that have been passed down for decades, and practical financial tactics that have been brought down from generation to generation. The practice of saving money is not only about ensuring financial stability for many Chinese households. It is also about preparing for the future, taking care of family responsibilities, and developing a disciplined mentality. The following is a more in-depth examination of the Chinese method of saving money, as well as an explanation of how you might implement these ideas to improve your personal financial well-being. Number 6. Frugality as a fundamental principle. An emphasis on frugality in Chinese culture. Frugality is frequently regarded as a very admirable trait in Chinese culture. Children are taught the significance of living within one's means and avoiding spending money that is not essential from a very young age. This way of thinking originates from centuries of experience, during which times individuals had to carefully manage their resources in order to survive during times of economic distress. A significant number of Chinese households adhere to a straightforward and uncomplicated way of life, placing an emphasis on material necessities rather than luxury. As an illustration, Chinese households might opt to purchase high-quality, long-lasting things in order to minimize the frequency with which they need to replace them. Individuals also have a tendency to save money on their day-to-day expenses by preparing meals at home, avoiding making impulsive purchases, and concentrating on meeting their basic requirements rather than purchasing status symbols or brand-name things. As a pattern of behavior, saving money is embedded in the decision-making process of everyday life. Common behaviors that assist save money on daily expenses include shopping at local markets, haggling for items, and locating deals. These are all examples of common practices. By prioritizing value above excess, it is possible to achieve more substantial cost reductions over the course of time. Number 5. A high rate of savings and a disciplined approach to finance. China's savings rate is consistently among the highest in the world, indicating that the country places a high priority on saving. It is common for Chinese households to set aside a sizable amount of their income, frequently reaching 34% or even higher. It is not only persons with high wages who engage in this practice. Even those with moderate means make saving a priority in their household budget. The important thing is to make saving a non-negotiable part of the budget before spending money on things that are considered discretionary. Prioritizing your own spending. In the Chinese approach to saving money, the idea of paying yourself first is considered to be one of the most basic principles. The term savings refers to the practice of setting away a portion of your income for savings before you pay any other expenses. This methodical technique guarantees that savings will continue to increase on a constant basis, regardless of fluctuations in income. Delayed gratification. Chinese savers frequently engage in the practice of delayed gratification, which involves delaying purchases until they have sufficient funds saved up to purchase what they require without incurring personal debt. This way of thinking inhibits spending on impulse and becoming dependent on credit, which in turn reduces the likelihood of amassing debt that is not essential. Number 4. Financial management with a focus on the family. When it comes to the concept of family financial planning, the concept of collective savings for the future is extremely important in Chinese culture. Chinese families frequently pool their resources together, in contrast to the individualistic ways that are prevalent in many Western countries. Contributions to shared savings goals might come from parents, children, and even extended family members. These goals may include the purchase of a home, the support of school, or the preparation for unexpected events. The Chinese home is well known for its concentration on long-term financial goals, which is a characteristic that it is noted for. This involves putting money down for retirement, providing financial assistance to elderly parents, and investing in the education of their children. The mentality is that putting money aside is a strategy to ensure the future prosperity of the family, ensuring that future generations will be cared for and would be financially secure. Homeownership. For many Chinese families, the acquisition of a home is an important financial ambition. Homeownership is considered as both a status symbol and a way to generate wealth over the long term. When it comes to saving for a down payment on a home, parents frequently assist their children in doing so. In some cases, families may save for years or even decades before making such a significant purchase. Number 3. Having an investing mindset and a strategic approach to building wealth. Investing in education. In China, education is considered to be one of the most essential investments that a family can make, because they are aware that a strong education will lead to improved employment possibilities and ultimately financial success. Parents are willing to invest significant sums of money on their children's education. This concept of long-term investment extends to saving money for extracurricular activities such as private tutoring, university fees, and even study abroad. Many Chinese households consider real estate investment to be a safe and efficient method of accumulating money. This is because real estate is a tool that can be used to develop wealth. The majority of Chinese families place a high priority on home ownership and consider real estate to be a reliable and long-term investment, despite the fact that property prices in urban areas are quite expensive. In contrast to Western societies where renting is more prevalent, the concept of homeownership is frequently regarded as a means of ensuring financial security for future generations. The stock market and investment funds. Over the past several years, an increasing number of Chinese individuals have begun to invest in the stock market and mutual funds as a means of increasing the value of their money. The approach is often cautious, with the purpose of concentrating on development and stability over the long term, rather than high-risk returns in the short term. Number 2. Getting out of debt. In China, taking on debt is frowned upon, particularly for expenditures that are not required. This is especially true for purchases that are not essential. Numerous Chinese households adhere to the fundamental principle of living without any debt. A significant number of Chinese individuals prefer to pay for their day-to-day expenses with cash or digital payment systems, such as Alipay or WeChat Pay, that deduct straight from their savings accounts rather than using credit cards. When it comes to spending, save first. The majority of Chinese families choose to put money aside for significant expenditures, such as a house, a car, or a vacation, rather than taking out loans or receiving credit to finance huge purchases. This strategy eliminates the need to make interest payments and ensures that purchases are made only when they are within the financial means of the individual. Number 1. The influence of culture and the pressure from society. In Chinese society, there is a cultural expectation of financial responsibility and caution. This expectation is deeply ingrained in the culture. The decision to save money is not merely a personal one, rather, it is a behavior that is socially encouraged. Individuals are encouraged to be more disciplined with their spending and saving habits when they are surrounded by people who emphasize the need of being financially prudent. This includes friends, family, and even the community. Putting money aside for marriage and children. There are major financial commitments that come along with significant life events in China, such as getting married or having a kid. It's common practice for families to begin saving money for these occasions at an early age. Additionally, many parents assist their children in preparing financially for marriage, particularly with regard to the purchase of a property and the hosting of a wedding. Because of the pressure to be financially prepared for such milestones, people develop habits of saving money over the long term. Final thoughts. Cultural values, frugality, and a disciplined approach to personal finance are the foundations of the Chinese method of saving money, which is profoundly established in the Chinese culture. The practice of delaying gratification, living a basic lifestyle, prioritizing savings over spending, and concentrating on long-term financial goals are all important tactics. Furthermore, Chinese families have a tendency to steer clear of debt, make prudent investments in education and real estate, and work together to plan their collective financial future. Anyone may improve their savings habits and achieve a more secure financial future by embracing these concepts and putting them into practice regularly. If you found this video informative, make sure to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below and let us know what you think.